walk around with it so people say, what's the clip?
Yes.
And I would say, you got to have one of these. Are you living a clipless life? How come you never clip? I'll make it seem like you got to have one. You know what I'm saying? I walk up to somebody, it's called a hip clip. What's it called again?
Hip clip.
Hip clip. I would say to somebody, do you have a hip clip? And they say, no. You mean tell me you have the audacity, the utmost goal to walk around here and come at your house today and come in to be in my place with no hip clip? Who are you? They was thinking, why don't I have it? You got to make it seem like that they should have something. That's what I'm saying. You have to make things seem like they should have your stuff. And when people want your stuff, and then you take somebody who has a clip or hip clip, take a picture of them, make them do a little testimony of it, say, I have a hip clip and blah, blah, blah. Those just little marketing tips I'm trying to give you to make stuff, it's so, like her art. You should have somebody always show it. When they get one. I used to promote beauty salons. Years ago I had a boutique. I used to sell women's clothes, and I had a woman who had a beauty salon. So we would do hair shows and fashion shows. I would do the clothes shows. I couldn't figure out. This is like 30 years ago. I said, if I was a hairstylist, I can't do hair, but if I was a hairstylist or something, how could I have a woman come in, make the appointment, and I'm doing this elaborate hairstyle, and I spin her around and give her a mirror and say, hey, like that, and then spin her back around, and I don't take a picture of it, I don't market the hair. Well, why would I not do that? I mean, just the next person come in, I'm saying, and then they would have some kind of little books. They would say that the person would come into the style and sit down, and they would say, I want this certain style, and they would hand them a book, black hair, whatever, something, and that stuff not in the book. I'm saying, how you going to hand somebody something to get a style, and in your style? I wouldn't have no book. I'd have my own book. I would have my own book, and I would hand them my book, and I would say, you look at these styles I already did. But hairstylists don't think like that. They don't think about marketing their hairstyle. But certain ones do. I had a gentleman, he's not the best hairstylist in the world, but he understood marketing stuff. His name is Barry Fletcher. And Barry Fletcher, when I met Barry Fletcher 25 years ago, he knew he was not no dynamite hairstylist. But he was a man, he was a man. So he thought that he could, get the man charisma thing, and he started doing hair, but he started marketing himself. Then he won the Rolls Royce. Then now he's got his own products. He's a millionaire, but he's not the best hairstylist. But say people can do hairstyles better than him, but he marketed himself to brand himself to be something that his name is known. So that's what I'm saying to you. Anything you do, you should have your work at least documented. If I was doing body art, I would have a whole bunch of pictures of people that done stuff. If I was selling a hip clip, I would have a whole bunch of people that I sold the hip clip to. Another thing you want to do when you walk into a room, I don't do business cards like that no more. I do Facebook, Twitter. I walk up to a person and say, are you on Facebook? If a person tells me that on Facebook, I don't have time for that person, allegedly. You know what I'm saying? Because that's crazy. How could you be in business and not be on Facebook? There's 6 billion people on Facebook. So if you tell me you're in business, but I don't do Facebook, well, you don't do me. Because I don't have time to give you a card no more. I don't have time. Years ago, I used to walk into a club or a restaurant, and I would walk around and say, give me your name and your phone number and your address. I want to put you on my mailing list. And I would go back to the computer and get the little AV labels, and I put you in the computer, and I put them out, and then I send you something in the mail. Then it got to the point where I said, let me have your email address. And this is like 20 years ago. A guy would say to me, I don't do email. I don't trust that. I'm saying, wow. And then it got to the point now, it's Facebook. If a person don't have an email, I don't talk to them. If a person is not on Facebook and they're trying to be business, I don't talk to them. I don't have time to talk to them because I can go, I don't have to actually, the cell phone now changed the game. You don't have to go up to somebody and say, well, you can say, give me your Facebook page. When they give you a Facebook page, you got everything you need to contact that person. Facebook now even has a little telephone up top. You can call them. You don't have to ask nobody's phone number no more. You don't have to do that. You can call them, you can text them, you can message them. So you got access to all those people that you can put your business on. So that's the main thing right now. I mean, the main thing is, do you have Twitter accounts? Your Twitter account, if you don't know about Twitter, look at Donald Trump. Donald Trump changed the Twitter game. You can say what you want to say about the man, he's half crazy and all that, but he ain't too crazy because he got 10 million people following him on Twitter. You can't be that crazy. You got 10 million people. Would you follow somebody that's crazy? No, you wouldn't follow somebody that's crazy. You wouldn't want your name. You wouldn't even want your name associated with a crazy person. But there's 10 million people don't think he's crazy. they don't think that man's crazy. They think that he's somebody they should want to follow. They want to have what he say. Whatever he say, they want to know what he do. When you get that many people that know what you do and they want to know what you do, that's a lot of power. Taylor Swift, man, she Apple told her they weren't going to do something with her music. She said, "Who do you think you're talking to? I got 8 million people that want my music. So if you don't do this, I'm gonna tell them don't do that." They changed the whole rule for her. Changed the whole rule for her. So I'm saying to you, you want to have that same kind of mentality. We have about 150,000 people on Twitter because the African American community is not Twitter acclimated. I'm trying to get them Twitter acclimated. They still don't quite get it. They don't understand what Twitter is. It's the same way you can tweet somebody something. The people who were the food trucks understood Twitter. The restaurants didn't. So when the food trucks came out about 5 or 6 years ago, they said, "What's a food truck? How are they going to compete with us?" We're a restaurant. We got a chef, a certified chef. We got a brick and mortar. We got fine dining, linen, all that. Who this guy, the truck going to figure what? But the chef was still a chef, and he said, "I'm going to fix this thing in the truck, but I'm going to tweet somebody where I'm going to be at because the food truck has to go with the ice cream truck rule. You cannot stay somewhere unless somebody's come up to work to buy something." So they would tweet where they're going to be at, and all of a sudden there's a line already there because they want this product. That's the power of Twitter. When you can tweet somebody, I'm going to be over here. They tweeted snowball fight about 7 years ago on 14th and U Street. Back then, the police didn't know what Twitter was. Nobody knew what Twitter was. What's Twitter? What's that? They tweeted they had 250 people out there throwing snowballs on 14th and U Street. Black cop driving through. What the heck is this? Somebody hit his SOB with a snowball. He jumps out. Get out the street. He don't understand what this is. This is Twitter. These people have a snowball fight. Then he pulls his gun out and tells them, but they got the cameras. He dead as Julius Caesar. they put him on the carpet, man. So who you think he can't do that, But that's the power of Twitter. So you got to know what that's worth, So if you use all these things, there's no way you should not have business.
Questions, but one thing, when you look at an entrepreneur and you decide to name them Entrepreneur of the Year, what do you see in that person?
I see someone who understands that they're a true entrepreneur. They got their name branded. They understand how they set their stuff up. They didn't just come there and put some type of display out. They came prepared, and they know how to interact with people. But maybe Vanessa Entrepreneur of the Year, she was interact with people. I'm an entrepreneur. I'm the type of person I can walk in a room cold. I don't have to know nobody, but before I leave, they're gonna know who I am. Because I'm gonna make sure I know who I am. I'm gonna walk in there and I'm gonna say to somebody something. I'm gonna say something to somebody, especially if I'm selling something. I used to sell women's clothes. I knew nothing about women's clothes. I couldn't tell you what one designer was, what the fabric was, nothing. I didn't know nothing about that. But I wanted to sell some gifts, and a friend of mine had a store, and he said, "You can't sell anything unless you sell women's clothes." I'm a man. I don't know what a dress is, nothing. But I know women. I said, "Well, how can I sell women's clothes? I'm going to sell it based on what I think a woman should look like in a dress. The type of dress, I don't know what it is. Designer, I could care less. CCL, could care less. Women come in my shop, I say, "This dress was good on you." How you know? Because I know women. You know what I'm saying? Put the dress on. And she put it on when she come out the dressing room. Girl, hey, get dressed. You know what I'm saying? Why? Because I like the way it look on you. What about the fabric? Well, the last one, I don't care if it lasts 2 days. Get the dress. You know what I'm saying? But I done sold a dress. You know what I'm saying? I done sold a dress. Not because I sold it because of the quality of the dress or the design of the dress, because I said it looked good and she thought I was a man, looked good, and she bought the dress. So you need to sell stuff based on what you got to sell it. You got to sell it. The bottom line I'm trying to tell you got to sell stuff. But I used to go to Caucus on Thursday, Friday, and Saturday, and I would sell $60,000, $70,000 worth of dresses in 3 days. Not knowing anything about dresses. But if the look's going on somebody and you get the compliments and people like it and you tell the truth, I would tell the truth too. I would say if it don't look good, you can't wear that. You know, I mean, you may like it. Somebody, I like it. They come to my show. I like this dress. And I'm like, going, you can't wear that dress. It don't look good on you. It don't look good on you. You can't wear that dress. You know what I'm saying? Well, this is the latest style. It was so and so can wear, but you can't wear it. So then, and that way, people trust your honesty. They trust what you do, and they buy your product. So that's what I'm saying to you. You got to sell stuff. You got to brand yourself, know who you are, and what you're selling, and let people decide for themselves if they like it. Once they like it, the Black Card, when I start promoting it, once somebody sold the Black Card, could do the last event that I had up the Black Card 10%. When it came to that event, saw the band, turkey, champagne at every table. It was a Black Card event. You had to have a Black Card to come. It wasn't the ticket event. It was a Black Card event. After that event, people were jumping on my phone trying to buy a Black Card because they know what's coming up next. They know something's going to be better than that, even better. Any questions? Tell me something what you think an entrepreneur or vendor should do.
Well, I certainly agree with all the things that you mentioned. I think, in particular, the branding part. Mm-hmm. And I think that sometimes can be separate from a particular product. So in my case, my brand is MSW Shop, and I sell practical and fashionable accessories for everyday living. Mm-hmm. And so to me, that is, I want to be your go-to person when you think, oh, I'm looking for something interesting, something more unique in terms of a gift, that we become the place that you turn to for getting that. And we have a variety of products underneath that particular umbrella that may appeal to you. So hip flip, jewelry, probably t-shirts, but other just kind of unique things that I find and want to make sure that we share that are available to people that they might not have found on their own. So yeah, I think I agree with that. I mean, I'm interested in the Black Card and understanding all of the benefits of that card.
Mm-hmm. Well, I'm gonna tell you straight up what the benefit of the Black Card is. It gives you access to thousands of people. Mm-hmm. Like I said, we have on Twitter alone, we have probably 100,000 people on Twitter. I have 5 Facebook pages. Mm-hmm. Each Facebook page is maxed out 5,000. So that's 20,000, 30,000 right there. The other side of that coin is I have a Facebook page that there is no limit. In other words, if you here's another thing you should do. Your Facebook page is one thing. That's your personal Facebook page. The other thing you should have a business page. There is no limit on the business page. You can have as many people as you want. And you should always be saying to people, follow me on Twitter, like me on Twitter, and follow me on Facebook. Everywhere you go, any viable business has that logo up there. Any real business got it. They got the little bird and the little Facebook symbol, you know, because they understand. They want you to follow them on Twitter. I mean, that's the way to go now. Mm-hmm. So what's different about you? How come you're not doing that? You got to do that. Everywhere, if you see somebody, you want to say to them, follow me on Twitter. Mm-hmm. You know, like me on Facebook. But if they don't understand it, you what I call go through the back door with them. You walk up to them and say, you have a Facebook page? And they say, yeah. And before you leave them, you pull it up right there in front of them. And then you send them a friend request right there on the spot. I even go to the point where I make them pull the phone out and follow me right there. I don't trust them, you know what I'm saying?